All right, hello, welcome in everyone. My name is Galactic Bear. I think we're streaming. I think we're live. I think everything's good. My stream preview sometimes it's a little, what do I want to say, choppy. Hello, hi weather. How you doing? Welcome in. Man, my camera, that auto exposure is I'm getting a little cooked over here. White shirt. I look like a ghostly being. Let me try that really quickly. It'll be fine. Anyway, hi. How's it going? Weather, what are you up to today? I have to imagine some football, right? Right? I know some games are starting 1 p.m. right around here. I'm competing with the NFL here for everybody's viewership, but that's okay. What's going on though? So today we are doing some sashimi, some nigiri, and some maki. Got to get ready for work in about 15 minutes? Gotcha. Oh, you work on the weekends, brother? That's crazy. But we are going to be doing some salmon, some tuna, uni, and shrimp. Those are what we got. They are sashimi grade, which is fantastic. And I could have done the entire route of like showing you guys how to cure stuff. And then I make some movie magic happen and I pull out the fish that I've been curing for the last week and everything like that. But there's also, I live next to a very high grade fish dealer, which deals in sushi grade sashimi as well, or I should just say sushi grade fish. So let the professionals do it, very highly rated professionals do it, or I do it. And I mean, I think and it's for a reasonable price too, so I think we can see where this is going. Until you're done training, so hopefully only a few more weeks. Gotcha. Okay. You're not still working the like 14 on, 3 off thing, right? Like you're away from that? Or am I big tripping? Nope. Okay, that's good at least. So anyway, that's a little preview of what we're doing. And like I said, I could have done that. You work Sunday through Thursday. That's right, okay. Right. You have Friday, Saturday off. Anyway, but that's the little preview of what we're doing. We're gonna be doing like a little like omakase style as well. My wife will be sitting at her dinner table behind the camera here at some point, and I'll just be like doling out sushi here and there. So, first things first, let's get our sushi rice going because that is gonna take the longest amount of time just with, where am I gonna put this? I'll put this right here. Just with the time it takes to cool. It doesn't really take that long to cook, but you wanna cool it down from boiling, or at least close to boiling, down to about room temp is where you're gonna find that sweet spot of, what am I trying to say here? Sweet spot of like foldability and texture. Like malleability, that's the word I was looking for. Malleability and texture. So unfortunately, I mean, these are pretty cheap measuring cups, but unfortunately, the handle broke off my full cup measure here. So I didn't, oh, it does not fit. Okay, we're just gonna have to do the old pour method. But we're gonna be making about 2 cups here. About 2 cups, just to give us some nice workable rice here, so we don't run out. Because, like I did say, I'm making a combination of maki and nigiri, so I want to make sure I have both. But Weather, how's your week been? Oh, also, how's your playthrough been of Ghost of Tsushima? Because I remember you saying that you were going through that for the first time, and I'm curious to see what you think so far. So, as always, regardless of if this is sushi rice or any other type of rice, we're going to give it a good rinse, but we're not going to wash it until the water runs clear. I do want to have a little bit of that starch in there so that we have that foldability like I was talking about earlier. The grain of rice for sushi also does matter. Sushi rice isn't just about the additives. So in this case, you know, vinegar, salt, sugar, the like, but it's also about the grain. So this is short grain white Japanese sushi rice, as opposed to like basmati or just long grain white rice, jasmine rice, anything like that. So you can see it's got not a lot of starch in it, just a little bit. It's not running clear. And you'll see that when we get this cooking here. Sorry for that sound. I just like, it's not like too pleasant to listen to, and I just realized that probably didn't go through the mic that well either. So we're gonna get this leveled. We're gonna use the knuckle trick here to measure water. And if you don't know what that is, basically, you go up from the bottom to your first knuckle, and that will be the amount of water that you need. So we're gonna let this soak for about 10 minutes, let it get nice and puffy. And then we are gonna cook that, add our vinegar, salt, sugar mixture in a little bit later, cool it, mold it, and then we're gonna go from there. Also, I do apologize, we're not doing the dumplings like I had planned today. It was a little bit of a hectic week. My parents decided to give me or give Leah and I a bit of a surprise visit, which isn't bad, like don't get me wrong, I love my parents, but it was a little bit unexpected. We knew they were coming, but like they kind of just showed up. So like we had this entire thing planned of like, oh, you guys are gonna come visit and it'll be nice, you know, they're gonna stay with us, yada yada. And then they didn't say anything for a while. Like it was a little, they kind of ghosted us a little bit. And then they were like, oh yeah, by the way, we're coming on this day. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, cool, sure, for sure. So like I said, not a bad thing at all, but it was just one of those like slightly unexpected situations where it got worked out, but I didn't have really time to do the shopping that I wanted. Get the dumplings like I wanted to get a practice round in because I unfortunately haven't made dumplings for quite some time, and if my mother heard that, just for context, my mother is Chinese. If she heard that I haven't made dumplings for a while, I think she would be quite disappointed. So I need a little bit of practice, more specifically in like the folding department, but it was a little bit of a hectic time. That being said though, we moved through it. I'm planning on getting the dumplings this week, TBD on the day, but we're gonna get that figured out. So that being said, so you had it was pretty lazy this weekend, didn't do much, but you're not complaining. Dude, I understand that, and honestly, I think you need those lazy days. I don't think working yourself to the bone is a good thing. Also, this is the nori that we're gonna be working with here today. Just some nice, good sushi nori for the main cam here. A little bit of reflection off the light here, but no worries. Still a fun game. Excellent. I'm glad. I hear footsteps. Hello? You moving around over there? I think I'm going a little cuckoo, a little schizo because I swore I heard footsteps and then I didn't get a response. So, all right. So, uni, our salmon. And this is ora. We have our shrimp here, which is going to be used for nigiri, and then we have our tuna akami here. So I'm going to get these out of the refrigerator. Well, yeah, I can get them out now. There's nothing wrong with that. We do want to keep them chilled, or at least not chilled, but like we don't want to get them too warm, but I can at least start getting like the packaging off. So, Dave the Diver, where did I put my scissors? I put them back. Dave the Diver, very obviously, is very heavily based around your restaurant serving sushi, among which are a lot more exotic fish than I think I am capable of getting my hands on. But it's fish that is eatable with the exception, like there's some stuff in there obviously where like nobody's eaten narwhal sushi, you know, or Greenland shark or stuff like that. So there are some creative liberties for sure in Dave the Diver where realism starts to take a bit of a turn, but for the most part, I would say I don't know if I can say this confidently, but I would very generally say that 70+% of the fish in Dave the Diver are eatable, accessible fish. So this is uni, this is sea urchin. We have 100 grams of that. You know what's crazy about the uni? And I know, it's like obviously, like that's still a very decent portion of uni. But if you bulk order this, it is so crazy expensive. It was like $500 for what I would deem like a restaurant portion, which is why we only got 100 grams of it. So we have our salmon ora, which is our fillet. We have our shrimp, which this is all cooked, and this is made for Nigiri sashimi. Actually, you know what? I don't want, because these are the vacuum bags, you know what? We're gonna put these back in the fridge right now, just until I have the rice ready. Although, hey Leah, do you want sashimi right now? Like just the fish, and then do you want to come back later for the like nigiri? Well, no. Like how do you want this portioned? You're my omakase customer here. Like, do you want to taste the fish now and then come back later when I have rice ready, or do you want just to wait for everything? You'll just wait for everything? Okay. All right. So we're gonna put this back in the refrigerator then, and then we'll dole up. So I'm thinking we have more than enough here. So I'm thinking we do probably like thirds. So we'll do like a third for sashimi, we'll do a third for nigiri, and then we'll do a third for maki. Because the maki, like, we're just adding the seaweed at that point. It's nothing too crazy. Same thing with the tuna akami here. Beautiful fillet, by the way, I might add. But I think we'll do like maybe even less because we'll do a little bit less of the tuna. We'll do maybe like, you know, a little section right here. Yeah, you should be able to see this. We'll do like about that much for sashimi. We'll do like this much for nigiri. Yeah, I guess it's about thirds again. So we'll keep the fillets in thirds, and then for the uni, I'm not really planning on making maki with it. If we do, it'll be more of like a nori maki, which is just the seaweed, and then you put this on top. So this we might just do. We'll do like half of that for sashimi, and then I've got a crap ton of shrimp. Honestly, like I could just I could make whatever I want with these guys. So we'll put these back in the refrigerator for right now. And how much time? We've got about 7 minutes until the rice gets going. So some fun little facts about sushi that I actually discovered doing a little bit of research for this video. We'll just have a little culture and history lesson, because after all, this is kind of what it's about, right? Sushi, I didn't realize, was essential. There was a couple different variants. So I'm gonna butcher the pronunciation of this, but it was called Zora sushi, and it was different than what we're thinking of, or like what we think of when we think of like sushi, right? Like when you think of like maki rolls, right? It was a very long fermentation process with the rice that process, like it took so long to ferment correctly, I should say. And not so long, but like long enough where it's not like a consistently available thing. It's something that you have to, you know, keep a restock of. So it's like, oh, it takes 2 weeks to, you know, a month to get this fermented properly. So you need to make sure that you have, once that 2 weeks gets going, then you make one the following week, you make one the week after that, so that you have this constant supply of like always fermenting rice. That style of sushi was more for upper class Japanese citizens, not quite like that in between, not necessarily the townsfolk, which we're gonna get to, and not quite like the samurai level. It was that like in between where it's like, you know, they enjoyed it as not necessarily a delicacy, but it wasn't eaten all the time, very obviously dependent on rice season. So it was kind of a treat, but not like, does that make sense? Like it was a little bit of a delicacy, but it was a bit more accessible. It wasn't something that only the nobles had. It wasn't something that peasants ate. It was like a little middle class treat kind of situation. So that was its origin. People then started wanting it more, supply and demand, right? So like it was this thing that people wanted, but obviously, like I said, dependent on rice season and that fermentation process. So to kind of bypass that fermentation process, they started adding vinegar to the rice, which is, you can see like where this is going. And that gave it that tang, right? That bitter, tangy fermentation flavor that they were looking for without having to go through that 2 to 4 week process of fermenting the actual rice. So that's where it started evolving, because the reason why you wanted to ferment the rice just from a flavor profile, that fermentation really complements like the fattiness of the fish. It brightens it up, makes the fish a bit more delicate. Like that's why that combination works, and why vinegar, more specifically, is so important to sushi rice, because of that complementary nature. So the crazy thing is sushi became like the fast food of the townsfolk. So like in order to bypass that kind of inaccessibility from the fermentation, they added vinegar. And once they had a bit more accessibility to it, they started just kind of like pumping it out. They were like, oh, we don't need, also I'm gonna move my camera up. I'm just looking at this. I'm gonna move my camera up like this much because my head's cut off. So that was the thing though, is they made it a bit more accessible. You get a little behind the scenes here. Oh, crazy. They made it a touch more accessible by adding vinegar instead of going through this fermentation process, which then led to, because of the accessibility, that led to Maki, which is the seaweed rice sushi, or like fish, excuse me. Nigiri, which is the just hand rolled clump of rice with the fish over the top, and then sashimi, which is just the fish. And it became like a fast food, which I just think is fascinating. Like I'm not gonna really extend the like, oh, this was like their McDonald's equivalent. That's just not, like, that's apples and oranges, right? But my point being of like, it was quick and easy to make, it was accessible, and so it became a staple of Japanese culture and Japanese cuisine. It coming to America is even more interesting, in my opinion, because it started getting really popular with the increase of Japanese people coming to, more specifically, the West Coast. There was a bit on the East Coast, you know, New York and the coastal towns. But Los Angeles was more specifically where Japanese people were immigrating to, which makes sense. You know, Asian cultures World Wars, kind of, Europeans on the East, which is why you have a high concentration of European culture on the East Coast, and Asians on the West Coast, which is why you have that larger concentration there. just because it makes sense of these ports of entry. So it started gaining in popularity because of like wealthy dinner parties. Like it was this exotic oriental food. And so they started serving at these dinner parties. And then World War I and II happened. And obviously Japan was not necessarily in the best of graces with people post World War II, even by no sort of affiliation, just that's what happened in the United States. And the popularity of like Asian cuisine as a whole, but like way more specifically, you know, Japanese cuisine, plummeted. It was such a like tank down from what it used to be. And then Little Tokyo in Los Angeles there was a restaurant there that had like the first sushi chef, like trained on how to properly cut the fish, trained on how to properly cure the fish, trained on how to properly prepare the rice, you know, all of that combination of things. And it was like the 50s where it started to like do an upward trend again until, you know, obviously its popularity today through a lot more modern culture and, you know, what I want to say, less exclusivity in the sense of like you started having sushi bars, sushi, you know, track restaurants, that sort of deal. But that's kind of like the quick history on it, which I just found fascinating because, I don't know, I didn't know if it was, you know, a type of fish. Oh, and the other thing about very early sushi is it wasn't necessarily eaten as much with fresh fish. It was more preserved fish. So you had, you know, salted salmon, salted fish. I shouldn't say salmon necessarily, but, you know, salted coastal fish with this briny rice, this briny fermented rice. And that was, okay, and the reason why we soak it too, as you can see here, so you see the difference of like even like these guys? See how much whiter that is compared to like this one, for example, like the comparison of these two. And that's because the kernel has started to absorb a bit more of the rice, and that makes it a bit more puffy. But yeah, it went from this like upper middle class, I'd say upper middle class, like semi-exclusive, like preserved dish to a fast food. Like the townspeople, it's like, hey, listen, if you know, if you needed a quick thing in the morning and you know, you were just up and out, you rolled that sushi, you know, slapped some fish on it, called it good, and you were off, right? So just so interesting to me, like that was the evolution of it. And then in the United States, because obviously it's not cuisine from here, it was this like very frou-frou, only served at the fanciest dinner parties. And then World War II happened, and because like one restaurant essentially like persevered through the the horrible time post-World War II for Japanese American people, like sushi culture made that comeback in the United States. So just very interesting stuff. And then obviously recipes have gotten a lot more Americanized, you know, with the additions of cream cheese and frying stuff and, you know, fried rolls and, you know, baked fish and all that sort of stuff, which isn't a bad thing, I'm gonna say. Like, obviously people can modify foods to as they want, but there is this part of it where it's like, how much addition or like how much can you kind of like swap out ingredients and recipes and that sort of stuff before it becomes not sushi? You know what I mean? Like before the like origin or like the history, not just the history, but like, you know what I mean? Like how far can you modify something before it's like, it's not what it was beforehand? In the same way, it's like, you know, if I made guacamole and I've got like a base recipe and then I substitute one thing and then I substitute two things and then three things and then four things. Like at some point, is it guacamole anymore? And it's like, oh, it's still an avocado base and yada, yada. And it's like, sure, but but you know, you changed out so many things. It's just not the same at this point. So just very interesting stuff, to me at least. And I hope it was a little bit more interesting to you guys as well. So like I was saying, the thing that Dave the Diver does is they have some very exotic fish in here. But I do find it interesting that later into the game, because Bancho from Dave the Diver, like the head chef, he does make it very clear that he doesn't like serving those types of sushi because he finds them basic and boring, and you know, it doesn't show what a true chef is, right? Like he kind of slams like tuna belly and tuna fillet, salmon fillet, that sort of thing. But like then you start getting a lot more popular and you start unlocking more ingredients, and then suddenly you're making like tuna sashimi or tuna nigiri or salmon nigiri or salmon maki, like just stuff like that where you're like, not quite sure about that one. So just some interesting things that I've noticed from the game. I'm a little bit more excited personally to do the dumplings because that has a little bit more of a niche reference to Dave the Diver, because that's only accessible through Mima, the nice grandma who makes dumplings in the Sea People Village. And it's a little bit more involved as opposed to, hey, I'm gonna make some rice. I'm going to cut up some fish, and then I'm going to serve it up here. You know what I mean? So that's why I wanted to do another stream with the dumplings as well, because of that exact thing. So we're just getting all of the, like the mats prepared for when we get some Maki. I'm going to plan out what we're going to have. Like I said, I think pretty simply, we're just going to keep it at its basics here. We're going to do a little bit of sashimi. We'll then turn that into nigiri, and then we'll turn that into, there we go. We'll turn that into Maki as well. Got the cables. I got the cables running on me. Gotta make sure I don't step on these. So, weather. How you doing? I know we've already like broken the ice, so to say, but what are you looking forward to this next week? What's going on? What is new and exciting in your life? I know you said lazy week, but I'm looking forward to hearing other things. I'm gonna get my towel in here. You know what's crazy about sushi too is like there's really not that much like to clean up at the moment. I have stuff ready for when the actual cutting begins, but I need this rice to finish up here. You're hoping to play some more. What difficulty did you start Ghost of Tsushima on? Because I'm doing a new playthrough too. Like I played it when it came out. I actually streamed it off my PlayStation when it first came out. Very good game. Beautiful. And I did normal, and they released lethal difficulty like halfway through my first playthrough. So I swapped like 3/4 of the way through, I think. Actually, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about this, they might have released lethal difficulty after I beat the game. Maybe. I have to think about that. My point being, I am replaying it right now on lethal difficulty, and my wife can tell you the amount of times that I have just died. Like, I'm talking grunt enemies, no pressure, not a boss, nothing mission critical, and like some random spearman just comes up and goes, doink, and gets me. It's crazy. You get like one shot pretty frequently. Like conversely, you only have to hit the enemies. It goes both ways. You deal more damage and you receive more damage. So it only takes like a couple hits to kill even like the big guys, but at the same time, it's a lot more dodge focused, you know, parry, dodge, block, as opposed to smack, 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 and then you're like, ah, I've got some resolve, I'm gonna heal really quickly and, you know, not learn from the consequences of me not dodging at all. But that's just kind of what happens. I'm also like, I still feel very bright. I don't know. Maybe I need to turn down the light a little bit. You know what? I'm gonna turn that down to like 80%. See what happens, because I think it's on 100% right now. I just feel very, very bright. Let's, you know what? Let's even go down to like 70%. See how I look there. I might make a protein shake beforehand. I don't know, is that? Oh, that looks a lot better. I'm not nearly as bright. Anyway, a protein shake kind of sounds good, I'm not gonna lie. The other thing too, it's like there's so much, like there's so little cleanup involved with sushi, where you're lurking while you get ready for work. No worries, dude. I appreciate you stopping in, thank you. Yeah, I might make a protein shake right now because it's like, I don't have too much going on. Give this a little rinse. See, this is why I was planning on doing the sushi and dumplings, because I was gonna work on the dumplings while the rice was getting ready. But the thing is, sorry, I saw that dripping and I had to focus to make sure. The thing with sushi, or normally like I try to clean up as I'm working, but there's not too much to do at the moment, because we're gonna have a knife, we're gonna have a cutting board, and we're gonna have, also look at this honey. Look at that. Some nice raw local honey, baby. Yes, sir. Look how thick this is. Beauty. All right, that might be a little too much, but no matter. Yep. Oh, that's so good. That is so good. That is just candy right there. Oh, you know what I could do too? Thinking about this is I am going to, come on. Get a couple sheets out. Get this prepared for the maki. Yeah, look at that. Look at this. Very nice. That is some beautiful nori right there. I do need to remember to make sure that I put a little bit of moisture on it, because otherwise, which I guess the moisture from the rice will be enough, because otherwise, oh, that rolls pretty well. I'm actually pretty surprised at that, I'm not gonna lie. How's it cut? Oh, nice, okay. Well, I might just have a little seaweed snack at the same time then. Nice. Yeah, no, this is good nori. This folds really well too. Yeah, like look at that. Look at the springy. Bup, 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 bup. Nice. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's good stuff. Okay. Actually, you know what I can do? I can get the mixture ready here. So we're gonna get some, so I do have a little bit of like a touch of modification that I'm doing to this recipe. I know, criminal. After I was just like, that was a little loud, sorry. After I was like, I wanna try and make this as close to authentic as possible. I do have a couple substitutions that I'm doing because I am swapping out the rice wine vinegar for apple cider vinegar, which is definitely going to give it a little bit more, maybe not tang, but it's going to be a different type of tang. It's not going to be that umami, fermented, a little bit more Asian feel. It's going to be a little bit more like generic vinegary, unfortunately, and that's just a dietary substitution right there. So do about a tablespoon of sugar, and then we'll do, let's see what I want to do here. Maybe like two or three of salt for 2 cups. We'll do 2. Usually want to do about a 2-to-1 of salt to sugar for these, and I am gonna have that little bit more sweetness from the apple cider vinegar as opposed to the rice wine vinegar. So we'll do a 2-to-1 here. Just like that. And then we're gonna mix this in when the rice is done cooking, but still very warm. All right, let's get a little bit of water in here too. Just a touch, like that much. All right, let's get this heated up, and we're gonna get this all whisked together here. All whiskey, some whiskey business. I've got a small whisk that I'm looking for. It was right underneath the camera mount, which is why I couldn't see it for a second. So we're just gonna get this all nice and stirred up here. And the goal is to just get everything incorporated. And this should be enough liquid to get all of the solid out. The solute, if we're being little chemistry nerds, I think we should have enough solvent for the solute. There we go. All right. Still a little bit, but I don't want to get this too hot, so I'm going to turn off the heat. Oh, that is such a potent vinegar smell too. That's so funny. Make sure you guys can see this a little bit more. Okay, yeah, that's pretty nicely dissolved. Cool. All right, so we've got our mixture. I'm gonna do one of those. Maybe a little bit more sugar, actually, now that I'm thinking about this, like a pinch. Because I don't want it to be too salty. Maybe just a little something, you know? That we get mixed in here. Just a touch here. All right, let's see if that. Let's see what we're working with here. Maybe a touch more. I mean, there's this very fine line between it being too sweet and it being too salty. Yeah. All right, we're right there. I think we are right there. Okay, so we've got our vinegar mixture. And now we're gonna get back to our protein shake and a little bit more nori as well. Oop, come here. Come hither, thank you. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. That's such good nori. I shouldn't be talking with my mouth full, but that's okay. We're gonna do one more. Okay, so a little bit of protein powder in here, then I get milk. And the reason why I throw the water in first is because it dissolves that honey. And quickly. Also, now that I'm thinking about this a little bit, hold on. Now that I'm thinking about this, I actually think I have my ratios off. I said 2 to 1 of salt and sugar. Like, this tastes okay. I'm gonna redo this. I'm gonna redo this actually. So unfortunately, I think I got that a little bit, little backwards here. Okay, yeah, let's redo the mixture here. I'm pretty sure I just got that backwards. Okay, so where did I put? No, tablespoon's still out here. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna do. We're going to go the other way because it should be this nice, like 1, 2, 3, as opposed to the other way around here. Okay, let's get this wiped out. Grab our whisk, some whiskey business. Oh, where's my salt? Need that vinegar back. Oop, sorry. Oh, I just turned off the camera. Whoopsies. Give me a moment. There we go. All right, we should be back. Is it back? Let me double check here. Nope. Let's see. Abracadabra. Oh. Hold on. Hold on. Did I kill it? No. We're back. We're so back. Okay. We're good. Okay. So we're gonna do this. I'm gonna do a pinch of salt. Maybe 2 pinches. Like that. And then 4 tablespoons, or about a 1/4 cup of vinegar, which I am eyeballing just a little bit here. Okay. A little bit more vinegar probably. Just a touch. And this is why you always taste your mixtures, broths, creations, ingredients before you combine them all, because you can always redo something. But if I had dumped that mixture, for example, into my rice, that would have been a tragedy right there. Because what we're looking for, oh yeah, that's I 100% got the ratios backward. That is why we double check. Yeah, okay. Oh, there we go, right? That would have been a tragedy, an actual factual tragedy, if I had dumped that into the rice. And speaking of which, I did hear it. So what we're gonna do here, grab our handy dandy little rice paddle. We're gonna open this baby up, boop, just like this. Just like that, okay, all right. The feet ain't feetin'. Where's my trivet? Okay, there we go. Open sesame. Oh, is it still? Ah. Rampoo. No? Okay. I command you. Nope. Okay. We're just gonna let that go for a second. I got a little hasty. I command thee to open. Go. Go. Nope. Man, isn't it crazy how much pressure, like actual factual, how much, there we go. It's budging. Isn't it crazy how much pressure builds up in these? There we go. Look at that nice fluffy rice. All right, we're gonna put that right there for a second. Get our mixture. And in we go here. All right, a little bit of a time trial here now because I gotta get that gently mixed up, but not broken. We don't want to declump the rice. Oh yeah, it smells good. That smells good right there. Okay, so we do that, and then we grab a nice little sheet tray, which I'm going to grab a big one to make sure that we have as much surface area, excuse me, as much surface area as we can here. Oh, there has a mat. Look at that. I had foresight. There we go. All right, we're gonna put this back in here. And then I'm gonna move this guy. My workstation has so many things on it, like a laptop, which isn't usually here. Okay, grab one of these and some of these. And, all right. Get you spread out here. Oh yeah, that's nice vinegar rice right there. Smell hits your nostrils. You get that little twinge. Okay, let's make sure we don't break it here. And then this is going to go into the refrigerator just for a little bit because, like I said, the most ideal temperature here for the rice is right at about body temperature. You want it warm and touchable, but not, oh my God, it's hot. And also not cold. Okay. I think that's about as good as I can get it spread without it starting to break up here. Although I'm gonna do a little no-no. I'm gonna do like that. Just a That's good rice. That's really good rice. All right, so we're gonna do that. Boop, just like that. All right, rice is cooling. So now we have something to clean up. Get this over here. Keep the hot, wet. That was good rice. That was actually like really good rice. We're gonna keep the hot, wet item away from my laptop. Although I've kind of just put myself in a sticky wicket here. Okay, hold on. Is this hot? How hot is this? All right, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're not good. Okay, I gotta do this. Gotta don the glove, the infinity gauntlet. This is gonna go over here. Nope. That's okay. We're gonna do that. That's gonna sit there. We're gonna get this scraped out. I have my trivet now. Nom nom nom. That's right weather. Indeed, nom nom nom. Okay. I don't know about you guys. Whenever I make rice, I always make sure to get these little crispy bits scraped out because they are absolutely delicious. You have that little bit of rice crust on there. I don't go like too crazy with it. Like there is a point in which I will just let this soak. But the little rice crust that happens, whew, baby, I tell you what, that is some good stuff right there just for snacking. Okay, we'll do something like that. And then I'm just gonna let this soak. And then you do one of these. Ooh, actually, where'd I put that nori? Hold on. Wait a minute. I guess we could technically say that this right here is inspired from Dave the Diver because norimaki is your default dish that you sell when you're out of fish. Actual factual. Which is just seaweed and rice. Okay, also remind me to get my water, like my little bowl of water, so that this doesn't happen. Little pro tip. You want to get your fingers in cold water. Before handling sushi rice. For that exact reason. Don't pay attention to this. I'm literally, this is something I'm just gonna. Yeah, don't pay attention to that. That's not how I actually roll sushi, don't worry. That was just scrap utilization. But yes, you do want to have a small bowl of cold water for your hands when doing that. Whether you're like, that is some of the worst rolling I have ever seen in my life. To which I would say, you're correct. So no hard feelings. I will say though, that is very good rice. Okay. So, now that we do actually have things to get clean here, do some of this. Whoop, there we go. Sugar goes back. Okay, now while we are waiting for this to cool, I think it's fish time. Okay. let's get this all taken care of. Yoo-hoo! It's omakase time for my wife. Actually, I think this is... That actually cooled pretty quickly. I'm not gonna lie. So, let's get this out here too. Because like I said, I don't want it to go cold. I want it to get to room temp, which kind of is. All right. Yoo-hoo! Would you like fish? What would you like to start with? Actually, this is omakase. You don't get to choose. There are my scissors. I have actual like chef scissors. I said, what would you like to start with? And then I said, actually, this is omakase. You don't get to choose. You just want to sit at the table? Okay. Funny enough, I did just make rice. Don't worry, they can't see you. You're the hidden lady. How you feeling? Eh. Okay, so we're gonna start with some sashimi, just the fish. Get this tried out here. Also, you can just tell. It's actually kind of crazy. You can tell how like quality this is. This just feels like it. I mean, it's one of those. It feels like sushi. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like it's fatty. It's tender. Like it's kind of crazy how even texturally you can tell that is like high grade sushi right there, or like salmon, I should say. Fish. We'll just leave it there. So do you want, I know I said this was omakase, but like, I know I said this was omakase, which is where you don't choose, I serve you. But do you want to do salmon, sashimi, nigiri, maki, and then we go to the next fish? Or do you just want like a little smorgasbord and call it good? Okay. Why don't we work our way through the fish here? That way you and I can experience it together as opposed to being like, oh, what did you have? What did you have? What did you have? Whether you need to get some sushi, I agree. I think you should treat yourself, personally.
Should I bring my iPad out here?
It's up to you. Like, I'll be handing you fish, but I mean, if you want to study at the same time, there's no problem with that. A little omakase study bar. Okay, so per my knowledge, you want to cut with the grain as you would a steak, anything like that. You know, you want to cut with the muscle. And I actually mentioned this the last time I made sushi. You really want to make sure that you cut once to preserve the grain, essentially, of the fish. And that was not a good cut, very genuinely. That was not a good sashimi cut right there. Yeah, see how I tore the fish right there? Like that, because that's what happens otherwise. So that'll be my piece, that'll be my wife's piece. And you know what, I'm gonna do that just to kind of reset. But I would have been fired right there. That's unacceptable. All right, we'll do that for my wife. How many pieces of sashimi would you like? Like just the fish? Okay. Do you just want to try it first? Here, why don't you get it set up on the table? I'll hand.
Just hand me things. I don't care.
Do you just want me to hand you things?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, why don't we try this at the same time? There you go. Okay. Ready? So this is salmon.
Yeah.
That's some good salmon right there.
Pretty good.
Oh yeah, that's good right there.
Not fishy.
Oop.
It's all okay.
Did I drop that on my phone? I think I did.
That's good.
That's good. Would you like it with some rice? Okay. So I'll do a couple nigiri here.
Okay.
Oh, dude, I am bringing this honor to my family here with this salmon cutting. Holy cow. This honor on me, this honor on my family, this honor on my cow. Unbelievable. Yeah, see, and I tore the fish right there.
Pour it? Oh my god.
That's what I mean. Some
There's all on you.
some chef would be going crazy right now. Oh, that was, I think, the worst one here. Oh my God, I might need to start from this direction. This is horrible. I don't think I've ever disgraced a beautiful piece of fish this badly before. You know what this just tells me? My knives are not sharp enough for this fish. This fish is so delicate right here. My knives are not sharp enough for this. So, maybe, oh my God, I'm destroying this fish. This is unbelievable.
If you use sharper knives.
I just said that. Funny enough. Okay.
That was a joke because you just got them sharpened.
I know I just sharpened them. I'm just saying, like, that's a shame. The fish isn't like ruined. I should clarify. It's not like, oh, we can't eat these now. It's just more specifically the fact that I was like, yeah, you need to be really careful when you cut this so you don't tear the fish. And this is like such high quality fish that my knives are so clearly not good enough for these. Okay, so let's get a little bit of, somebody else is gonna be like, you can't roll sushi, you can't cut sushi. Okay, so from what I remember, you need to like push and pull, push and pull. There is like an actual nigiri technique that I am not good at, and that's okay.
You're not a professional sushi maker?
I am not a professional sushi maker now.
What did I sign up for?
What did you sign up for?
That looks pretty good.
All right, there's the thumbnail, right? Ta-da!
Looks just like it.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, man. What are you looking at?
Watch it.
Watching?
Yeah.
You're watching me? I always feel like somebody's watching me. That just looks like poop. I'm rolling little rice poops here. Okay. Oh, the salmon fell over. This is disgraceful. Oh man.
Doesn't have to be pretty.
Pretty? I don't want to be pretty. Huh? No, this is a family-friendly channel. I don't think I'm going to be doing anything of the sort. Thank you very much. What's wrong with you? Unbelievable. All right, here's your here's your pile, your nigiri. This is what it looks like. I don't even want to show that. That's so bad.
No, it's not. Can I eat this with chopsticks?
You could eat it with chopsticks, yes. We do have those. Do you want matching ones?
I don't care.
Oh, funny enough.
Thank you.
There you go. Thank you. I'm still reeling at how disgraceful that was. It was a horrible.
Did you want to eat one of these?
Well, no, I'm making them right now. I'm making myself one.
The fly wants some too.
Do you say the fly wants some?
Yeah.
Our carnivorous plants need to grow up a little bit so
I know.
they can feast a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. All right. My little fish pieces that are falling off because they were cut poorly. But that's okay. That is okay. All right, let's see here. Whether you've only had nigiri once, normally you get the rolls, whether it's shrimp tempura. Dude, rolls, there's nothing wrong with rolls. And we have, like I said, I've got the mats out right there for some rolls, which we'll do next here.
It's really good.
It's really good. I think I used a bit too much rice on yours. Sorry, you were the test subject.
Don't apologize.
My shredded fish nigiri. I have to like hold this together because the fish pieces are going around, but that's such good fish.
That's really good. That's better than any sushi in a restaurant. It tastes much better.
It's better than any sushi restaurant.
Yeah.
No, this place is top notch. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, and then let's get some maki here. So we've done some salmon nigiri, some sashimi, and we'll get some maki here. Get that cleaned up. All right, let's get the hands wet. Oh, my phone's frozen. So now I need to dry off the hands to fix the phone, so then I can re-wet my hands. I do have a solution coming for this. I have some tiny cameras from ObsBot that I will be mounting in the kitchen here so that we don't have to deal with freezes. Okay. So we'll get the hands wet. I know I have that little bowl of water, but that didn't seem to be cutting it. So from, okay, you don't want too much rice. That's a very big point. So I think we'll do that.
That was really good. That's a long dish for that.
You're sending your mom a picture?
Yeah, I'm going to.
Okay. Try to match the square here. We can tell I haven't made sushi in a very long time. I think the last time I made sushi was the last time I streamed it, which was in the last apartment, and I think it was like over a year ago at this point. That's okay, we'll trim off the ends, we'll trim off the ugly parts. Huh? But yeah, that's what I'm for, is eating the ugly parts. You shouldn't be subjected to that. Not all tastes the same. Okay, let's see here. I'm doing something bad. I'm cutting this way so I can get a bit longer pieces. Oh my gosh. Don't tell. Don't tell. Please don't tell. Nothing makes my knives feel duller than Oh, I found a bone. Oh my god. Everybody freak out. Whoop, whoop, whoop. So, you know what? I guess it is good that I cut this way because I found a bone. Because somehow my wife always ends up with the bones. It's actually kind of insane how frequent, like, I can debone a fish, like, perfectly, and somehow the one bone that slipped through my grasp ends up in hers. It also happens with, like, steaks or, like, lamb steaks or anything like that. She somehow always gets, like, the, like, one bite of gristle, which I just don't know how that's possible. And it's like, we'll stop giving that to her, and it's like, well, she chooses. It just so happens that she has bad luck. Maybe I should give you the opposite of what you choose next time. Maybe that's it. Yeah, this is my first time using a mat too.
Mat?
Yeah, like a bamboo mat. Usually I hand roll them.
This is exciting.
All right. Let's see here.
What's the,
Plastic wrap for?
yeah.
So that when you roll it, it doesn't stick to the mat.
Yeah, but you just rolled in the plastic wrap.
Yeah, and then you take the plastic wrap out. So like you hold it, right? Oh shoot, you're right. Oh, I'm just dumb.
You're not dumb.
I am dumb. This is why we can't have nice things. That's so unfortunate.
Hey,
Yeah.
okay, that'll wash out.
Oh, I know. It's just one of those like, yeah, you're
You're supposed to like.
not have it in between the wrap and the sushi. Yeah, I didn't intend for that. That's why I was like, what are you talking about? This is why we hand roll.
That works just as well.
I know. I was just saying. This is why we can't have nice
It's
things.
still gonna taste good.
This is why we can't have nice things. Because I'm a dummy. Husbands, listen to your wives. All right, so we trim off the ends, and then there we go. See? Trim off the bad parts.
Nice.
Trim off the bad parts, and then give her the good parts. So we'll have our Maki here. Yeah, look at that. There we go. Where's your plate? Oh, you still have your plate? I think the food safety people could be having a field day with me right now. But this isn't a restaurant. This is just for you and I. And it's all sashimi grade consumable fish, so I'm not too concerned.
Your paper towels are like right in the middle of everything.
You know what? They are.
I don't know if you want them.
See, this is why you're a good producer. Because I thought about that and then I just like straight up didn't move them. You know what I mean?
This is gonna be good.
All right, the next roll is going to be even better because I've learned. Oh, I found another bone. Because I'm learned, and we're not going to get the plastic wrap in between the sushi and the mat. There you go. So you guys can see. There you go. Whether it looks delicious, yes it does. I will tell you, it tastes pretty good too. So these are just the end pieces. Mm-mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Pretty good, Si. Mm-hmm. Oh man. All right, let's see. Did I toast this wrap? No, we can still do that. Okay. And this is why we made 2 cups of rice between all the nigiri and the maki that we're making. Do you want more maki, or do you want sashimi or nigiri or?
Whatever you want to do.
Okay. Weather, I appreciate you sticking around. Have a great day at work, and we'll see you later, okay? Do you want to try the uni?
Sure.
Yeah? I think I'm gonna just do one of these and oh yeah. That salmon is so good. So tender and mild. That was good. That was good. Okay, so we got uni next. Now, urchin is a very interesting thing in Dave the Diver because you cannot collect it until you're about halfway through the game, and you need special gloves to do so because they're spiny, prickly. Okay, so I'm gonna get some chopsticks myself here. There we go. Look how small these pieces are. This is crazy. That is a single sea urchin. Isn't that crazy?
So tiny.
I don't know if you're gonna like this.
What does it taste like?
You know how a tidal pool tank smells?
Can I put one in the bread?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I just heard, ooh.
Oh, wow.
Well, it kind of is a blob.
It looks like a creature.
Mm-hmm. You don't have to eat it.
I'm gonna eat it.
I genuinely don't know if you're gonna like that.
You said it tastes like umami?
It's like very umami.
It doesn't smell like anything.
It
I'm just muted because of my sickness.
it kind of, like I said, I should have gotten some water on my fingers.
Oh, no, no, no.
So put a roll in your mouth. Drink some water.
No, thank you. All you.
She's never had uni before, and
You like it?
yeah, no, I've gotten like a taste for this, but dude,
You're
there's
trying to convince me or yourself?
we don't know. I like uni. I'm telling you. Oh no, this is slipping off. Oh god.
It's like a bush. Somebody watching just vomited after you did that.
Huh?
Somebody watching just vomited after.
Yeah, probably. Okay, we'll save the uni. I'll save the uni. That's okay. I will say though, especially coming off the salmon, that was a bit of a stark contrast. And you're not doing the shrimp, right?
No.
Tuna? Okay. I just gotta make sure. Mm-hmm. All right, let's get this guy open. That is a beautiful fillet of tuna right there. Oh, did I just touch that? That's unfortunate. Oh, I touched the paper towel by accident. An additional paper towel than what I was planning. No, I know it's okay. I'm just saying.
I have one of those too.
What, a paper towel?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm touching fish, so you're gonna have to.
Oh,
Here, I can like. No, I'm not gonna toss it.
I was just gonna wipe off
The uni juice.
the,
You that really got you, didn't it?
I just called it a whole.
Oh, you didn't chew it at all?
I did for like 3 seconds and then I decided to swallow everything. And
Was that as bad as like liver for you?
it was just unsettling.
Just the texture.
Never had liver roll.
What was the like? Why didn't you like it as much?
The texture and the taste.
Okay, so just it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
It's very orange.
Isn't that crazy that that's the inside of a sea urchin?
Yeah.
I'm gonna wipe off my knife too. I don't personally care if there's cross-contamination between the fish. It's all getting eaten anyway, but
I don't care.
like I said, if we, this is not restaurant quality. This is us just snacking on fish here at home. Otherwise, somebody would have something to say. Okay, I'm gonna cut this in half for you. You wanna try the tuna?
Yeah. Thank you. Not too shabby.
That's good. I think of everything, the salmon's been my favorite so far.
I like the salmon.
How much tuna do you want? Because I know you don't want to have too much.
Whatever.
Well, do you want some nigiri? Do you want,
Whatever you're making.
well, do you want like another roll? Like, would you rather have the rest of the salmon?
Okay. I don't know.
We have that much salmon left.
Whatever. Can you love tuna and a little salmon?
Okay. Why don't I just make like a little, do you want another salmon roll? Another tuna roll? Do you want both? Do you want nigiri? Do you want sashimi?
Whatever you don't eat, I'll eat.
No, but like, how do you want it prepared? How much rice do you want? How much seaweed do you
I
want?
like the roll.
You like the roll?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll make you another little hand roll here.
My mom may call me after this, just so you know, so I'll just go in there
Okay,
and resume the consumption or whatever.
sounds good. Well, you tell her I said hello.
Oh.
Okay, and we'll do like, whoop, little patch here. I'll get my hands re-wet. Okay, here we go. A little bit more towards the edges so that we don't have as much waste here as far as like ends that we need to trim off. Envy, what's going on, dude? How are you? Welcome in. We're just, I'm doing a little omakase for Leah here, which has been quite entertaining. She just tried uni and that was not for her, which is, there's nothing wrong with this. Nothing wrong with that. But it was pretty funny. There was a lot of, absolutely not. I'm doing good. This fish is quite delicious. And we have been doing some salmon, some tuna, which is what this is right here. You know, I'm trying to figure out if I want to like put a piece this way so we have a little bit more, or if I just double down on this and I cut these in half and make them a little bit longer. I think we do that. But we have delicious fish. My wife is trying new foods, which I think is quite fun. How has your weekend been? What have you been up to? Tell me all about it. You didn't go to TwitchCon, right? Did you? Did you not? I can't recall. All right, we're gonna do that. And like really double down on this, and then that. Then make sure the wrap does not get into the roll like a fool. Which is why I'm pretty sure after they do this, squeeze it like that, and they, ooh, take it, ah.
Did you figure out the method?
Kind of. I'm not gonna say I've got it down, but I actually wouldn't say that at all. Now I'm confused. You fold it, and we keep going. Maybe not. Nope. What am I doing? Something wrong. Oh well, I'm just gonna keep hand rolling it. I need to look up the bamboo mat technique, because something's not happening here. That's correct. You've just been relaxing this weekend? Good, and be good. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, I need to look up the mat technique, because something's not firing in my brain. I'm having some like 2D, 3D shape issues here. But that's okay, because we're going to trim the ends, and then it'll look nice and pretty. And I take the ends. Mm-hmm.
Take the pretty stuff too.
Hmm?
Take the pretty stuff too.
No, you get the pretty stuff. What are you talking about? That was way too much rice.
What are you talking about?
If we do a little comparison of what that should be, way too much rice. Unevenly wrapped. Oh my goodness. I need to practice. This is embarrassing. My Master Chef debut is not doing too hot. Oh, that's okay. I'll make it up with the dumplings. This is basically just rice sushi with a touch of fish. Envy, have you, I was gonna say, are you an NFL watcher? If so, who's playing today? If not, then I guess the answer to that question is just no. You don't pay attention to any sports, you know? Honestly, that is big based. We don't really either do. Is there any sports that we watch? Try to like think about this.
We didn't even watch the Olympics.
We watched the Olympic highlights, but
Yeah, like reels on Instagram.
okay. But I mean, like, we don't. Yeah, I was gonna say there's nothing that I'm currently aware of that we do at least. Twisted Chug Redeem. Oh my goodness. You know, I do have a sparkling water here. That, oh my God. Don't look. Don't look. A bit. Oh, I just pulled the tune out. No. Okay. You know what?
Take that.
No, that's
You take the pretty one, I like that.
the pretty one. Dude, there are no pretty ones. You. Okay, here you go. That was so bad. So what did we learn from the stream? I can't make sushi. All right, Twisted. Thank you. Here, this is for you. I spill a little. Oh, that was spicy. That one was like particularly spicy. Holy cow. I don't know what was going on there.
Did you chug the bubbly water?
No, I know, but like I usually chug the bubbly waters on stream, but like that one was like particularly spicy. Dang. Twisted, how are you today? Happy Sunday. How was your first pumpkin spice latte of the season? White girl fall. Not really, I'm just saying. This is a fat piece because I had to trim off this much to make sure that.
That's a big bite.
No laughing, zero laughing, no fun. It was adequate. Better than yesterday and adequate. Those are two things we can work with. Why, pray tell? Why was it only adequate, in your opinion? I'm gonna wrap up the tuna.
What's up?
I said I'm gonna wrap up the tuna. Huh? Salmon's your favorite? Well, that's why I was gonna wrap up the tuna. I'm gonna pursue the shrimp myself, and then I was gonna make the rest of the salmon for you. Okay. Do you want another roll? Should I attempt another roll? Okay. I might have to watch a how-to video for a second because there's something that's not computing in my brain. Because Starbucks is basic. That's honestly fair. Yeah, but I mean, we're talking about a pumpkin spice latte. That they get right.
Have you ever had one of those?
No, I have never had a Starbucks pumpkin spice latte.
You never need to have one of those.
I've had like a local coffee shops. Pumpkin spice. It's disgusting. You're so funny. I said you're so funny. Okay. We are going to look at a little how-to video on how to do the bamboo mat because after the last two performances, I have completely lost confidence that I actually remember how to do this. So let's take a look here. You only got it because you have a gift card. Mrs. Bear coming in with the correct hot opinions. These are all true things. Okay, let's see here.
They're not opinions, it's factual.
No, it's still an opinion.
No, it's opinion.
It's not an opinion. Bamboo, mat, sushi. All right, let's see. How to roll with a bamboo mat. I just need the technique. I don't need... Okay, what's going on here? I see the plastic wrap, which is in between the mat and the nori. What? Huh? Wait. There's some devilry happening here. Okay, hold on. Let's look how to roll sushi.
Are you watching this video?
Yeah. Okay, so mat down, plastic wrap, yeah. Nori down, Rice in the middle, Salmon or fish or whatever. That's literally what I did. What are we talking about here? I am. Oh, they like completely like encase the mat in it. That's the difference. It's like there isn't like a separate sheet. The mat is completely encased. Oh.
And he pulls it away so he doesn't roll it completely.
Oh.
He's not rolling the mat into it. Well, I don't think you need to do that as long as you don't roll the thing into it, you know?
Well, based off of my last two performances, we're just gonna try something really quickly. Besides the adequate Starbucks pumpkin spice latte twisted, how's your day been going? Happy weekend, I should say, to all who observe. Yeah, there were a couple different things that I forgot, like the water dipping. So there's that too. I just almost knocked my knife off the counter, speaking of which. That was almost not great. Okay, we're gonna get a second sheet coming in here, coming in hot. Sir, a second sheet has hit the... Okay. That's not an appropriate joke. What? What are you saying? It's not an appropriate joke for right now, specifically. In like 5 minutes it might be appropriate, but not right now. Okay. That's encased. Also, the nori sheet was half the size. That's like the other thing. Like, I did the full sheet. So I'm gonna give this baby a little.
I don't think it was actually half the size.
I think so. I think it was about this size. Okay. Okay. We're gonna make a beautiful wrap here. This is what cooking's all about, is learning, right? Knowledge.
And eating good food.
Well, and eating good food, but I'm saying like, but we learned it here. Okay, this honestly I think it's too much rice again, but we're gonna get this all flattened out and pressed. I'm gonna re-wet my hands. Da, na, 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 na. Da, 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 da. Okay, see, yeah, I have like a little too much right here. I'm gonna put right here. It's like sauce on a pizza. Okay. All right. I think we're already off to a better start. I think so. It just looks a bit more evenly spaced than previous attempts. All right. Do you have a headache?
Do I have a headache?
Yeah.
I've had a headache for 4 days.
Okay, that's...
Why? Do you have a headache?
I have a headache.
Why?
Because I think I've had about 3 sips of water today.
I don't do it.
Potentially. Okay. So we're going to do this a little bit in the middle. We're going to go lengthwise here. Bless you.
Oh, thank you. Oh my gosh.
Did that hurt?
Yes.
No. Oh my goodness, dude. My knives are just not worthy for the delicacy of this fish. It's so like tender and mild, like old chicken nugget. Tender and mild. No, we still have 2.5 months till the season, so.
People already have Halloween decorations up.
Yeah, because that's the correct holiday that's coming up. I just said something in reference to a holiday that's not making an appearance until a couple more months. That's too early. I'm going to Scrooge McDuck myself. I'm going to get visited by the ghosts of past, present, and future. Okay, this already looks better. All right. Do I need what? Twisted, I did sharpen them very recently, so I thought we'd be fine. Very genuinely. Obviously, that was not the case here. Oh, I think I needed like a touch more seaweed. I needed like this much more, like that much more. That would have been such a good... Oh,
But
I needed like this much. I needed an inch more of seaweed.
you chopped it all off.
I did chop it all off. That's okay. If Christmas music makes you happy, sing away. Well, here's the thing. I'm not saying that people can't. I'm just saying that I usually have a code of honor when it comes to, okay. I needed an inch more of sushi, or of nori. This looks much better overall though. Like, it's not all flayed out. Okay, you know what I'm gonna try to do here?
Try to add more. I know what you're doing.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna. Look away. I can hear the screams of Japanese people. Like, no, what are you doing? What are you doing? But to finish that thought, I have a code of honor that Thanksgiving and Halloween get their own time. And then Christmas can make an appearance. You know what? That patched it up, like, okay.
Nice.
Like,
We'll see when you cut it up.
shh. 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 And then to finish the answer twisted, I did sharpen them very recently, actually. But I was like, oh, they'll be fine for this. This fish is such high quality, like sashimi grade fish that I have not like truly experienced before. And yeah, it's making a fool out of my technique and my knives. So there you go. Oh, these look much better. Just
Those are so cute.
yeah, they're tiny, but like they look so much better. I have to do like a little pull away too, just to make sure that that bottom piece that I patched on stays on here. Oh no, oh no, no, no. That's okay. Did I send you, this is just a random side note, did I send you the video of the person drilling a hole through the top of their baby food? Like through the metal lid into the baby food and then just putting a straw in it and giving it to their child?
Nice. I love eating metal shards.
Yes, I love metal. I just realized my camera was a bit low because I was hunching a little bit. So you weren't entirely able to see the action of how badly I'm cutting this sushi. The fact that I have a little patch of nori on the bottom does not help. It's kind of, yeah, I push it a little and then it's all jover from there. Okay, dude, I need like that. Oh, actually that was much better if I do one of these. Just swing through. Swing low, sweet chariots. All right, this looks much better. I'll take this. Would you like more Maki? Okay, I am confident that if I make one more roll here, I can make it look presentable.
I'm confident that you could do that.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you take more for yourself? Why don't you take more for yourself?
Because I've been like plucking little bites here and there.
So?
What do you mean so?
Thanks.
Okay. I'm confident I can make this roll not look like dog shit on this last attempt here.
You need to either not cut the nori or cut it less.
Well, I'm gonna cut it. So remember how I said I needed like an inch more?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta cut it less.
So we split it in half last time. I needed that inch. Okay. What the hands? I'm gonna say even a little bit less rice from there. I think we're gonna do that. And then just do our nice little spread. Ooh, ah, You coming in with a I'm sorry you're not feeling well. Are you feeling better today than you were yesterday? Okay. That's good. Okay. That rice spread, I think, was the best one. I've got a little bit of salmon left here. You can do it. All right. I think we're just going to split this just nice and in half. Just like that. This is going to go right in the middle here. Just like that. Okay. The moment of truth. Actually, I don't need to dry my hands. What am I talking about?
Wet hands.
Okay. All right. All right. Fingers crossed. Hold it. Distribute. Some nice good pressure. Release. Oh. It's close. It's so close. It's like it's a little misshapen because I tucked to the bottom. But I think if I kind of like massage it a little bit, I think we have a real chance. I'm also not like wrapping it in the plastic wrap. You know what? It's still a little ugly, like me. You're not ugly. I'd say this is the best one that we've made all day.
That's pretty good.
And then we're gonna get our knife wet. I'm gonna do a little back to front cutting here. And just let the knife do the work. Okay, that was the end. Nah. maybe next time we'll get it. Yeah, it's okay. It's not the best. Salmon looks delicious. Envy, let me tell you, this is some of the most like delicate, fatty, just absolutely, that's just, I was just going straight into the trash right there.
Are you the trash?
I'm the trash man. This is some of the most like delicate, fatty salmon
Really good.
that I have ever had the fortune to dishonor with my poor sushi techniques. But it's fantastic. Leah tried the uni, was not a fan. Not at all. But we are big ups on the salmon. The tuna is also really good. I just wanted to save that for another day. So it'll be stored overnight, and then I'll bust it out tomorrow. Have myself a little lunch. Maybe make some more rice. You know how it is. I could make a bowl.
A what?
I could make a bowl. A little tuna bowl. A little spicy tuna bowl.
Yeah, a little poke.
Yeah, a little poke bowl. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, these don't look like the worst rolls, but if I got these in a restaurant, I would not be thrilled myself, so. Would you like more?
Okay.
The only place I would be like, if these tasted the way these do, and they looked like this, I think I'd be okay. But if it looked like this, and it wasn't like the quality of salmon that this is, I'd be like, yeah, we're leaving. Nobody's getting a tip here.
I wonder if they have a toddler working.
Oh, look at that, nice and pretty.
Thank you.
Did you say you wonder if they have a toddler working behind the counter?
Yeah.
Pretty much, and that's me. That's so me. Okay, so the last thing that we have to try is the shrimp here. Now, fortunately for us, the shrimp has already been butterflied and prepared. So I don't have to, oh, actually this has a tearaway, so I don't have to worry about disgracing the quality of this meat with my poor cutting skills. And the rice is already made, so there's only one thing to do, which is make some nigiri. I guess we do, hold on. I mean, honestly, if we're just being fair, we could just do a little bit of sashimi. Yeah, see, this is already butterflied. Nice like that. Yeah. Gotta do the hand thing. That's really good salmon, or not salmon, what am I saying? That's really good shrimp, like that's very good shrimp. Nothing really to like write home as far as what I want to say. Not like it's very good, nothing to write home about, which is what I was like my brain was thinking. But it's like the quality of salmon, like I mean shrimp nigiri. There you go. Like my rolling technique, not great, but I mean there's only so much that you can do with this where it's like, okay, well, you know, there's the salmon or there's the shrimp.
That's pretty.
And it tastes delicious. All I was going to say about the shrimp is because they've already butterflied it, and because shrimp is shrimp, like there's this gradient where shrimp, you know, you can very obviously like tell the quality of it. This isn't your frozen, you know, gas station cocktail shrimp, right? So it's one of those, like it tastes much better, it's much fresher, but there is kind of this like diminishing return that you have with shrimp. Unlike that salmon was buttery and melt in your mouth and fatty and just like absolutely delicious. Like you can tell it's such a high quality upgrade from like Costco salmon, right? Versus this shrimp. If you gave that to me with some cocktail sauce, I'd be like, oh, this is a good shrimp. And then that'd be about it. You know what I mean? One of those situations where this is very high quality stuff, but there is a ceiling that you can get to with shrimp that, you know, one of those things like, oh, this is good. And it stops there as opposed to, oh my God, this salmon is life-changing. No problem. Do you want any more? I can bust out that tuna. All right, you guys. Well, pretty nice and simple. Honestly, this is just a stream of watching me be horrible at making sushi as far as rolling and cutting. But we're not done with Dave the Diver. Like I said, the reason why I wanted to like try and combine the dumplings and this is because this isn't really like cooking. You know what I mean? Like this is assembly and technique. And if I'm bad at the technique, then it's like, okay, well, I'm just gonna eat this. Like I've been doing with, you know, the shrimp, where it's like, listen, I don't really need to like roll the nigiri because I'm not good at it, so I need to practice that. But I've got this little bit of rice left over, so I'm just gonna eat it. So that being said, the dumplings are a lot more involved. Like there's actually this nice combination of, I'm gonna be making the dough, and I'm gonna be making the filling, and I'm gonna be making, you okay? and I'm gonna be folding them and steaming them, you know, so, and frying them. So like we're gonna have like this entire process with the dumplings, and I'll let you guys know what day I'm thinking about doing that. The other part of it is I also wanna see if there's possibly, I mean, I don't really think I'll be giving it to Leah because she can't have the wrappers, but like if I can make like little, you know, filling meatballs, for example. So just trying to max or like make our time as efficient as possible, so I'm not like making this entire, you know, exquisite dinner for myself, and then Leah's like, hey, what do I get? And I'm like, you get the leftovers.
I'm okay with that.
No, I know, but you know what I mean. Like, we're just trying to maximize our time here, but I will let you guys know what the plan is for that. Part of the reason, if you weren't here earlier, that I wasn't able to get those ingredients is because my parents decided to pay us a surprise visit this week, which kind of threw everything off in like the nicest way. I love my parents. There's just one of those like, we had a little bit of lapse in the communication because we were planning on having them over at some point. And then we never actually like set a date. And then they were like, hey, we're coming over. And I was like, wow, okay. So we'll get the dumplings made, especially because I visited Mima nearly every day in Dave the Diver. So I think it's only appropriate that we pay homage to Mima there. But with that being said, thank you so much for tuning in today. Just nice little, you know, nice little hangout session, little omakase session with my wife of just, here, eat this. But nice and fun. Nothing too crazy. Just a reminder that we are starting Resident Evil Village on Wednesday. Same time, 10 a.m. These streams are going to be a bit more hard capped, I think right around at like 3 hours, 3.5 hours, because I do need to get the Dave the Diver video finished. But until then, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Have a great rest of your weekend, and I will see you on Wednesday on Galactic Bear Games, not here at Galactic Bear Cooks. Have a great rest of your day. Get the rest that you can. Have a great start to your week tomorrow on Monday, and I'll see you then. Take care, you guys. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye-bye now. Bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Oh, no, wait. wait, stream. No. Oh, okay. We're gonna cut to a stream ending screen, and then I don't have the ending screen. Oh my God. Okay. Hey, babe. Hi. Oh, my mother-in-law's calling too. And we just reached low power mode on our phone. Okay. I'm gonna do like a smoke bomb. You know, like one of these situations. And then we're gonna leave. We're gonna vanish. Okay, thank you for streaming.
Sorry.
Okay, fine.